let's talk about the remaining couples that I haven't covered yet. First, starting off with Keirsten and Brady. So Keirsten was having a full-on Heather meltdown in the last episode after she learned there was a possibility that she wouldn't be able to get some fresh out of the Department of Corrections dick. She thought that there's a possibility that she was going to have to pick him up, drive him all these hours, and then she learned that after she booked this hotel and got all this stuff to decorate this hotel, he called her and was like, actually, it looks like we're not going to have time to stop at the hotel. She had a full-on meltdown, and he ended up calling her back the next morning, and he's like, baby, I worked it out. I doubt he worked it out, because as a prisoner, you really have no say-so when it comes to anything. What is he going to do from behind the prison walls? Is he going to make phone calls and be like, oh no, y'all, my PO, I need y'all to figure something out so I can have an extra 30 minutes to bang my wife? I don't think it's going to work out like that. In my opinion, I feel like he probably is just lying to her and acting like he worked it out when really deep down he knows he hasn't, and he's just going to try to rush things as quick as possible so he can still try to make his wife happy and have a little time with her, because he knows that if he doesn't make that work, that she's going to be freaking miserable and ruin his whole release from prison and the whole trip to the halfway house. So he's got to figure out what he can. We finally got to see him get released from prison. And when this season, the press release first came out for this season, I shared like every single couple on my Facebook and Instagram and a little press release on what to expect. And when I posted Keirsten and Brady, a girl who's actually from the same town as them ended up sharing a post from them. She ended up saying it's only Keirsten knew. So I slid in this girl's DMs. I'm like, what does Keirsten need to know? What is going on? And do you know these two? And she said, yeah, I know both of them. I'm from the same town. And I was able to confirm from this person's Facebook that they are from the same Missouri small town as Keirsten and Brady. And they claim that Kirsten's a drama queen. And they said that Brady's pretty much the town man whore, and that he was talking to multiple other women that they know of. They know of a few people that he was talking to outside of Keirsten. And I did ask if they had any receipts. They never sent me any receipts. So take what they said with a grain of salt. But I did find it interesting that someone from the same town was saying these things about them. And now let's talk about this other new couple that we were just introduced to. Their names are Dia and Cyrus. And apparently Dia was dating this dude who was in prison. He got out. Things ended up not working out. So now she got with another prisoner. I guess this guy that she is with now, Cyrus, he was locked up with her ex. And I guess after things didn't work out with them, he ended up reaching out to Dia, and now they're together, and Dia decided to go pull up on her ex, and she kind of chewed his ass out because apparently he reached out to her at one point and asked her if she wanted to go on a ride with him, and she's like, you need to stop reaching out to me, I got my man Cyrus. And he's like, okay, you don't gotta worry about that no more. And then we see Dia go back to her house, and she's with her family, and her mom just could not hold herself together. Her mom was getting very emotional because she knows that Dia is not making a good decision. She already saw what Dia went through with her ex, who was an inmate, and here she is going through the same thing all over again. You think she would have learned her lesson the first time dating an inmate, and she would have stayed away from that and want better for herself, but here she is making the same mistakes all over again. And the mother can't help but think that Dia deserves better for her and her children, and she just feels like it's about to be deja vu all over again. And Dia was like, oh no, you have nothing to worry about. I can tell by the way Cyrus talks to me on the phone that he's ready to get his life together. And Dia's mom had to remind her, look, it's not just about you. It's about you and your 4 kids. Whatever you go through, your 4 kids are going to go through too, and that's true. And I guess Dia, she's like I can't remember. She's like in her late 20s. But she said that she was married to her ex-husband for 15 years. So that means I think she was 28 or 29. So that means she got married when she was only 14 or 15 years old. And she was with this guy for over 15 years. Things ended up not working out. And since then, she's just been making one bad mistake after another by going after all these prisoners. And what breaks my heart the most over all this is we saw how heartbroken the mother was, and Dia was like, oh no, I can tell Cyrus is ready to change his life. And I wish these women would stop being so convinced that these prisoners are ready to change their life until they actually get out and prove themselves first, because I hate to break it to you guys, but spoiler alert, if you guys don't want to hear a spoiler, then I click off the video now. But Sarcasm already broke the news that Cyrus, her man, that her mother was so worried about, is already back in jail again for some serious felony charges too. Let me see if I can look it up real quick on my phone and read off what Sarcasm had to say about his arrest. So yeah, he is currently back in jail in Colorado facing multiple felony charges including firearm and drug possession. And it sounds like he didn't get out for very long before he ended up going right back. And here's Dia. Knowing Dia, she's probably jumped on to her next inmate already. But I'm not going to lie. From the sounds of things, it kind of sounds like she's sticking by his side because somebody's been running his Instagram account. And I'm pretty sure she was running his Instagram account. I'm pretty sure from the looks of it, she's the one running his Instagram account. So I'm like, okay, she's still running his Instagram account. She's obviously still in the picture. And it's like, girl, haven't you learned your lesson? But honestly, I shouldn't be asking that question when it is obvious she didn't learn her lesson from the first inmate she dated. So at this point, it's hard to feel bad for somebody who continues to make bad decisions knowing the possible outcomes of these decisions. But that's it for this video, guys. I just can't imagine what her mama thinks now, knowing that Cyrus ended up going right back again. And once you're a mother, it's one thing like doing these things as a single person when you have no kids being affected, but when you're a mother and you're bringing these inmates into your children's lives and having them call them daddy, it's affecting them. It's a whole nother thing when you're dragging them along for the ride. And I don't know, I understand where Dia's mom's coming from, because it seems like no matter what she tries to say, nothing is getting through Dia's little head. But let me know what you guys think about these two couples in the comments below, and thank you so much for watching.